Oh, welcome back to Path of Radiance. Let's finish this chapter right. First step. Wait a second. No, it will be enough of the 1 accuracy and possibly crit. Cool. HP, magic, skill, speed. Alright. And down goes the mini-boss.
Scallywags see our feet, and it like this is quite worthy.
HP, skill, resistance. Cool. Now I got you to worry about. Night Killer is effective against horseback UDs. He drops an arm scroll, which increases your weapon level. Pretty nice. And he has counter. "14 speed. Yikes. Probably should turn animations back off. Alright. Depends. Yeah, it'll be a while before they can transform again. "12 without." Oh, you want to see the amount of damage I take in return? Yeah. That's a little scary. I'm afraid that's my best option right now. Let's get the mages a little closer so I can deal chip damage.
So, you're the new commander. Tell me, boy, what cowardly tactics did you employ to fail our brothers? You must have deceived them. There's no way a rabbit like you could defeat Dane troops in a fair fight.
From the very beginning, every last one of you has underestimated us. Will you never learn? Your refusal to recognize our strength will forever keep victory at arm's length.
Silence! Silence, you idiot child!
Right. No more talk. Ow.
Take this! Get to the ropes to defy Daen. Defend our brethren. Erase their shame.
Right? Yes. Better move you out of the way. 4, 2, 8. Okay. I think we are in the clear.
Ah, in the name of the Empire, that's my shame.
HP, magic, skill, speed. $66, so yeah, let's just leave. We defeated their commander, but we still don't know what they were after. It seems unlikely that they were merely pursuing Princess Elinicia. I wonder if Dain is planning to invade Gallia. Perhaps Crimea was only a stone on which to wet their blades? No matter the motive, the fact remains that Dain crossed the border. Under such circumstances, hostilities between Dain and Gallia could break out at any time. So it's war. Again. If war erupts between the Beorc and Laguz, it's only a matter of time before other nations become involved. Could Dain truly mean to set the land aflame in a blaze of war? If that happens, many of our citizens will be sacrificed on the altar of their ambition. We too need to choose which way to move, whose side to take. Whose side? We shall never support Dain. Unthinkable. Captain Titania, we are human. Would you truly have us side with Laguz against other humans? That is unthinkable. Beorc and Laguz. Are you going to sit here and argue about a war that hasn't started? You Beorc are also timid. It's pathetic.
Leith, you must not say such things.
Mordecai, Leith, what do you think? Will it come to war? Our claws are sharp. If Dain invades Gallia, we are ready for battle. If our king wills it, war will come.
I like it not. War brings pain, sorrow.
This is troubling. Enough. We've lost much time. Let's make for the palace. We must reach tonight's camp before the sun sets. Is the palace still far? On your skinny Beorc legs, it is very far, but we will do what we can. And here we are. My Lord Ike, everyone. Princess Elinicia. I heard about Commander Grail. I don't know what to say. Don't worry, we're alright. We're getting by, somehow. Oh, Ike. The king has arrived. Hey there.
Thank you for coming to Gallia Palace. I am Caineghis, ruler of the Kingdom of Gallia.
These are the Grail mercenaries. I am Ike, their commander.
You have been raised well, young pup. I didn't recognize you.
What? When last you were here, you were still a small child.
Is that you, Titania? It's good to see you.
The pleasure's all mine, your majesty. The two of you are friends? How does the king know me?
I have something I must tell you about your father, Grail. Leith, Mordecai, leave us now. Prepare rooms so our guests may have a place to rest and heal our wounds.
At once, my lord. Would it be best if I were to leave as well?
No, princess. I would have you stay. And this one also will stay. This is Gifka, my shadow. Pay him no more heed than you would Yer.
Understood. I would have Titania and Soren stay with me as well. Me?
So be it. Now then, where to begin? Titania, how much did Grail tell his son?
Ike was raised with no knowledge of Gallia whatsoever, nor does he recall ever having been here.
Is that so? Then it is best for me to tell him all I know. Although that is not much.
That's alright. Whatever you can tell me would be much appreciated. I want to know more about my father.
You have good eyes. Honest and brave. I see your father in them. Long ago, Grail, your father, worked as a mercenary for Gallia. We forged a strong bond, he and I. To speak truly, I still do not trust the Beorc, but your father was different. Princess Elincia's father, King Ramon, and his brother, Lord Renning, are also of a different kind. All are, or were, exceptional men. Men in whom one could put his trust. Oh, Titania, you are an exception as well. Among Beorc females, you are unique.
You are most gracious, your majesty. My father was a mercenary for Gallia?
Correct. And you and your sister, you were both born here in Gallia. You stayed only for a short time, but part of your childhood was spent within these borders.
Mist and I were born here? Is that so? I don't remember any of this at all.
I feel your parents were carrying a dark secret. Someone was hunting them, I'm sure of it. Once, over 10 years ago, and after your mother had been slain, your father chose to leave Gallia. Before he left, I went to him and asked him to share his tale. I asked him, "Why are you being chased? Is there anything I can do to help?" But I was unable to loosen his tongue. And then I heard he had returned to Gallia, and I thought I had another chance to hear his tale. His fate was black indeed. If I had been faster, if I had hastened my steps, perhaps things would be different.
Wait, now I understand. The voice I heard, that was you, wasn't it?
His wound was fatal. I could do nothing. I thought it best not to interfere in his final moments, so I remained hidden.
So that roar we heard at the end of Chapter 7 was actually this guy.
Tell me, Ike, at his last, did he confess anything to you? The identity of the Black Knight, did he reveal it?
The Black Knight? No, I don't know who he was. My father entrusted me with his command, told me to trust King Caineghis and to live peacefully in Gallia. He said to forget everything else.
Is that so? Well then, let me do as I can. If any of your mercenaries desire to live here, I will so arrange it. I will vouchsafe them houses and land.
Your kindness is truly appreciated, but speaking for myself, I couldn't live here in peace. Not now. I will avenge my father. I cannot so quickly forget the past, or the Black Knight. But Ike, that's not... I know. I'm not strong enough. An opponent who could defeat my father is well beyond my reach. But that's why I've devoted myself to growing stronger. I will lead my father's mercenaries and prepare for the day when my chance for revenge arrives.
A prudent course of action. You look as one who would be more impulsive, but you are Grail's son after all.
Huh, you've been short-eyed. It seems like yesterday that you were merely a child. Titania.
And now, I would ask a boon of you. The strength of your mercenary band, Ike. Would you lend it to Princess Elinicia?
Are you serious? King Caineghis.
Gallia and Crimea are allied nations. That cannot be denied. However, this alliance in reality binds only the royal families. It is not respected by our citizenry.
The people of Gallia are still obscene in Crimea, are they? Even though our nations are friends, the people of Crimea have little understanding of the Lugus. Many of our people still use that undignified name subhuman when they speak of Lugus. My father's heart was filled with shame and sorrow over what you described. More than any king in our history, he wanted to deepen relations between our people. And then...
Perhaps that is why Dain targeted him. Their hatred of the Lugus is well known.
Could it be?
In my heart of hearts, I would like to take guardianship of Princess Elinicia and assist in the rebuilding of Crimea. However, anti-Baroque resentment is running high here in Gallia. If we were to offer safe harbor to Elinicia, I feel many of our elder statesmen would protest. They would say that we are giving Dain an ideal excuse to attack.
Which means Gallia can't offer Princess Elinicia any relief at all. Is that it?
Unfortunately, it is true.
My Lord Ike, King Caineghis has advised me to turn to the Benyon theocracy for aid in Crimea's restoration. He says we should make of Benyon a formal request and gain the support of their shields. Passage to Benyon will require several months at sea. An escort will be necessary. As you know, we lack the numbers to serve as a complete mercenary army. So if the princess were willing to hire us as an escort, it would be an offer beyond our expectations. Titania, Soren, I think perhaps we should accept the king's offer. What do you say? If that's what you want, right, Commander? Well then, it's our job to follow you. However you wish to proceed is fine. I will do all in my power to ensure that our road leads to success. Understood. As of now, the Grail mercenaries shall assume the honor of serving as escort to the Princess of Crimea. Princess Elinicia, our journey together will undoubtedly be a long one. May we serve you well. Oh, thank you very much. I only pray that I, in turn, may be worthy of your service. Let's move on. Chapter 10, Prisoner Release. Hey Ike, I heard you're leaving. Going to Benyon, huh? Hello Ranulf, I was hoping I'd see you. I'd wanted to thank you for everything you've done. I'm glad I had the chance before I leave. Well, aren't you the dutiful one? Hey, that reminds me. You were born here in Gallia, right? I knew there was something odd about you. You're awfully friendly for a Bayark, you know. Or, you might not know, but a Bayark is blood. I know what it means. It's what you call us humans, right? Oh, knew that, did you? Well then, let me tell you something else. When we use the word human, we mean it much the way Beric would call it when you call us subhuman. Really? It's an insult to be called human? I'm glad you told me. I would never guessed. I should warn you, if you run across any Lagoose who call you that, be careful. They're no friend of yours. Got it, thanks. I won't forget. But I digressed long enough. Let me explain why I'm here. Huh? Princess Elinicia, may I have a moment of your time? Yes, of course. The king asked that I give you this. Please, accept it as a gift. What? May I ask? Within that leather pouch is 20,000 gold pieces. They are currency, of course. Oh, I truly appreciate this generous offer, but a gift of this magnitude is not something I can accept. King Caineghis has done so much more than necessary already. The king is ashamed that he cannot, at this time, provide any personal support. Please, would you accept his apology and acknowledge his desire to aid you? But... No. Well then, let's try this. Yes? You accept the king's gift. Then, as payment for conducting you safely to Gallia, you hand it over to Ike. Come on, Ranulf, you can't expect her to accept this, and it's an outrageous fee, no matter how you look at it. 20,000 gold for the life of a princess? Perfectly reasonable. In fact, it almost borders on insulting. Considering how you have suffered, the lives you have lost, 10, no, 100 times this amount would not be unreasonable. I have reconsidered. I will accept the king's kindness. In turn, I present it to my Lord Ike. You will accept it, will you not? I will. Thank you. No, my Lord Ike, it is I who must thank you. Well, now that's settled, let's move on. Unfortunately, we do not have any ships here in Gallia. If you are to find a ship that will take you to Benyon, you must return to occupied Crimea. If there's no other way, then we'll just have to risk it. No matter how cautiously you proceed, you're certain to run a day in troops. Keep that in mind. I understand. It's too bad we're so short on soldiers. Still, there's not much we can do about that now. However, I will review our supplies carefully before we depart. In regard to your personnel problems, the king has decided to lend you what aid he can. Leith? Mordecai?
I will join you.
Mordecai and Leith, both of you? Are you sure? None of the others could stand the idea of traveling with humans. I myself tremble with loathing at the thought of going to Benyon, but when the king gives an order, obedience is the only option. That may be, but having witnessed the combat prowess of the Gallians for myself, I know how fortunate we are.
We will not fail you.
I have no intention of becoming friends. Do not forget that. And stay out of my way. You must forgive Leith. Her tongue cuts deeper than her claws do. As deep as her claws do. I will return once I've reported to the king. While I'm gone, please finish your preparations for departure. Very well. Ike, here's a summary of our last battle. 5 new allies, a ton of more money, and, yeah, seems legit. There were no casualties and no one suffered permanent injury. We fought excellently. That's all I have to report. If you'll excuse me. If anybody dies, in between chapters, or, you know, enough that would cause the report to change, then the dialogue will be reflected as well. Let's see. Not interested. Chess keys might be a pretty good idea. Hint, hint. Put the single away for now. Try that out for the elixir. Not that... I looked at the elixir and I thought it was a talisman. My bad. Marsha has enough strength to handle an Iron Lance, so I will give her one. Oh yeah. Lagoose Stone allows you to transform automatically. Or right away, rather. And Bayark Guard. This one's okay. The accessory, when equipped, allows you to take less damage from weapons that would deal bonus damage to Lagoose. Despite what that weapon description tells you. Nope. Iron blades for sale. These are like, well, blade type weapons are heavier, but they have more power, and they also have less accuracy. I'll buy one steel bow for the heck of it. And I think that'll do, actually. I don't want to go overboard. Let's talk.
You there, Beork. What do you think you're doing?
I was trying to get back to my room, but I've lost my way. Can you tell me which way I need to go?
It's this way. Follow me. Hey, not so close. Walk behind me.
What?
Pardon me. The king has ordered us to treat Beork with kindness, but it will take some time. It is difficult to fight that instinct. Perhaps the memory of the slavery our forefathers suffered at Beork hence flows in our blood.
I understand. I'll keep my distance.
Very well. Let's go.
Alright. And so we put this guy right here, and this dealy bobber goes there, and we're finished. Packing, huh? Want some help? Do I want some... You're a hoot, handsome. I'm already done. You're more skillful at this than I would have imagined. Or is it that Mist is woefully inept? Oh, the Benyon Pace Knights were always moving around, so I learned to pack quickly. They used to train us on it all the time. Go here, pack this. Fun stuff. Is that so? I can see that you have quite a strong sense of duty. Quitting the Benyon Pegasus Knights to join us must seem... What are you saying? I'm a burden now? No. I'm very grateful you're here. As I told you before, we're short on personnel. Oh, good then. And I'm happy to be here. Say, Ike, you don't need to worry about me quitting the Benyon service. My decision wasn't based solely on my desire to repay you.
You had other reasons?
Yes, I'm also searching for my missing brother. He may be a dolt and a scoundrel, but he's all the family I have in this world. Remember when you found me? When we were fighting the pirates? Well, I was trying to track him down. But every time I go looking for him, I end up in some dangerous situation with ugly boat monkeys trying to kill me.
Huh. So that's why you decided to join us, is it? I can understand that.
So, are you sorry you asked?
Not at all. The important thing is finding your brother as quickly as possible, right?
That's the plan.
You seem depressed.
Look at who I'm trapped with. Of course I'm depressed. And keep your worthless observations to yourself. All of you are so slow. I can't believe you're still not ready.
Sorry about that. If we were anything like you and didn't need to carry anything, it would be easier, but we have weapons and things to get ready.
Weapons of steel are a human weakness. Without them, you cannot fight properly.
But, Leith, you're carrying a dagger, aren't you? In the scabbard on your leg?
This is not for fighting.
Then what's it for?
I use it to remove small bones from meat. I can also cut fruit into bite-sized pieces. It has proven quite useful. What? If you got something to say, spit it out.
You despise Beork, but you don't mind Beork-crafted tools?
If something's good, it's good. Denying something's obvious worth out of petty spite is foolish. It's not that I do not despise everything Laguz. Or Beork, sorry. If everything Beork could get along with us, as well as you do, I'm certain...
Leith?
This is a ridiculous conversation. I'm leaving now.
Gee, where have I heard those words before? Narration time. After his father's death places the mantle of leadership on his young shoulders, Ike agrees to continue as Elinicia's escort. These story scenes are going to get longer, by the way, so bring out the popcorn. The company heads now for the Benyon Empire, the oldest and largest nation on the continent of Tellius. As Crimea is a former fiefdom of Benyon, the princess turns to them for succor, much as a scared child returns to a parent. Many in Tellius believe that without Benyon's might and influence, Crimea's reconstruction will be nigh impossible. However, Benyon and Gallia have no diplomatic ties and are further separated by an impassable mountain range. So the company is forced to return to Crimea, where they hope to locate a ship to carry them to Benyon. Yep, we're taking the long way around. Accompanied by Ranulf, the warrior who has volunteered to guide them, the company leaves Castle Gallia behind. With heavy hearts and wounded spirits, they begin the long march back to Crimea. Yeah, Ike, hold up a moment. You know, I was thinking, since this castle's on the way, I should probably stop by. Really? Why? Is there something special about this place? Why, yes, there is. This is Cantius Castle. Dane seized it early on in the war. Now, it serves as a camp for prisoners.
I've even heard there are a number of Crimean retainers being held captive in the dungeon beneath the castle. What? Are you certain? Princess, I'm hurt. Of course my information is reliable. If we can rescue some Crimean soldiers, that they might decide to join us. That'd be quite a boon, would it not? Yes, it would. I think it's worth the risk. The question now is, how do you open these cells and free the prisoners? The cells are certain to be locked, so in order to open them, logic would dictate that the keys would be in possession of the jailer. We have no choice but to steal them. If we're lucky, the guards will have keys as well. In either case, we must move with caution. We don't want to trade blows with the entire castle garrison, which means we stay close to the walls and avoid being seen or heard, right? Alright then, our first priority is to get our hands on the cell keys. Hey, you there! I have business with Sir Grail. Where is he? You're sorely lacking in social etiquette, aren't you? State your business. I'll speak with Sir Grail and Sir Grail alone. Now take me to him. What you ask is impossible. Commander Grail is dead. Well, that is a problem. Just who are you, anyway? Call me Volke. Sir Grail hired me. I'm in intelligence. My father hired you? You are Sir Grail's son, correct? You'll do. Sir Grail hired me to investigate something. You pay my price, and I'll give you my report. Deal? How much? 50,000. That's a bit steep. And worth every penny. I don't have that much. Give me some time. So, you willing to pay? My father hired you. He must have had a good reason. Are you sure, Commander? We have no way of knowing if he's telling the truth. We'll know when we see the contents of that report. Until then, let's have him travel with us. So that's your plan, huh? Listen, you get the report when I get paid, and I'm not waiting around until then. I'll keep my information for the time being. Call me when you got the gold. Stop into any tavern along your way. Tell the barkeep you're in need of a fireman. You'll see me within an hour. Hold a moment. Intelligence. You said you were in intelligence, right? Is information the only thing you sell? Come out with it. What are you asking? Locks. Can you open locks? Sure. 50 gold per lock. You're going to have them open the cell doors? Is that wise? We've only just met him. There's no telling if we can trust him. Tell me more. What do the two of you think? Under the circumstances, I think trusting a man about whom we know nothing is dangerous. I'm opposed to this. If we want to get those cells open, I think risk is going to be inevitable. If we don't have to steal keys, we can reduce that risk and improve our chances of rescuing the prisoners. It's worth a shot. Volke, will you help us break into these cells? As long as I get paid, I got no complaint. Titania, objections? I told you before, didn't I? You're the commander. If you decide on a course of action, I will but follow. Righto, I'm off. Good luck and all that. Wait, what? You're not going to help us? Much as I would like to, I have a job to do. I'll rejoin you when I'm finished. I see. Well, good luck to you then. Yes, and to you as well. Okay. How do I want to proceed? So, this chapter has the, it's interesting. We have to escape, for one. There are doors and some treasure chests here. It may not look all that special with only 6 enemies lying about, but like I said, there's a gimmick. If you end a turn with one of your allies in full movement range, including attack spaces, of an enemy, then they'll call for backup. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can make it so you end each turn outside of their range, make your way to the exit very quietly, or you can just slaughter all the enemies and rescue the prisoners that way. You are able to if you're lucky, you might be able to open 1 or 2 of these doors. However, even if you're outside of enemy range and they see that a door is open, they call for backup, and yeah, you don't want that. Unless you want a challenge and you want to be able to, like, leave the prisoners exposed, but that's crazy. Let's see. Okay. No. That'll do. Is this right? Yeah. So, Volke's the thief. He can steal as well, like all thieves do. He also has shade skill, just like Ileana. Knives are treated like swords, except not really. They're categorized as swords, but they exist outside of weapon triangles, so you don't have to worry about weapon effectiveness or whatever. If you're going to do the quiet escape version of this chapter, then you'll want to bring maybe just one other ally to carry Ike and move that way. But I'm going to do the other way. Ah! Enemy soldiers!
Commander Danimel, the castle defenses have been breached. What are your orders, sir? What fortunate timing. We were starting to run low on prisoners. Do try to capture them alive. I won't have you robbing me of my fun. As you command, sir.
We've been spotted. There's nothing left to do but fight. And fight we shall. This has officially become a party. Oh, hold on. Okay, Iron Blade on you and Iron Sword on you. If I can at least clear out this part of it. Whoa, don't end turn yet. Okay. As I was saying. Well, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate that okay. This will eat up all the movement, but yeah, not worth it. Not bad. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, Thunder Magic heavy. tell me something, will ya? What's going to happen to us? Those dang soldiers took my friends away and they didn't ever come back. What did they do to them? Oh, something bad happened, I just know it. Quiet, fool! Keep your cowardly mutterings to yourself. It matters not what vile torture they devise. A true knight of Crimea is bold, steadfast, and strong. I care not if they pull out my nails with tongues or insert pins into the soft flesh of my underbelly or yank. Stop it! I can't bear torture. I'm not a professional soldier, I'm just part of the militia. I can't believe I let my family behind for this. Will I ever see them again? Oh, I want to go home. Curses! If only I had a weapon of some sort. Help will come. I will not give up. Alright. I'm gonna take a minute to think this over. See you in the next episode.